My name is Chris, and I've got news. Welcome to the Vinyl Attack. One of the very fortunate things to have happened to me after starting this channel is that the extremely kind people like Mike from Vinyl Storage Solutions send me samples of their latest product to check out from time to time. Recently, he sent over some of his new 4mm gatefold outer sleeves with tuckable flaps on either side. For many of you, I'm sure trying to find a nice gatefold outer sleeve has been a pain, just as it has for me. Of course, there are workarounds like putting two sleeves together, using tape and fussing about, but if you're like me, and I know I am, having a product that works well and was built for the specific task at hand is much preferred. Let's take a look at how these work. Essentially, you have a 4mm gatefold, you have flaps on either side so you can slide in your album from either direction, and there's a space in the center to allow for the bunching so it doesn't bind or pinch. Now, Mike recommends taking two pieces of paper to slide on either side here so it doesn't bind up on the corners when you're sliding in. I'm going to use one of his 2mm sleeves instead, but you'll see what I mean in just a second. From there, the trickiest part really is trying to get the corners lined up in the first spot. Now, if you can do this on a flat surface like I'm doing it, it makes everything much, much easier. From there, you're just sliding in slowly, making sure when you get to right about here that you're not binding on any of these corners, like I am, just a touch. Slide that paper down, takes care of that, and then you're done. I can remove this, get that out of the way, slide this through, and that's it. You line it up to make sure that the spine is in the right spot, and you're good to go. It looks fantastic. It's as durable and nice as the rest of his sleeves. Now, you have two options here as well. If you want, of course, you can use the tuckable flap. Fold this in, you're done. You're ready to go. That looks good too. Personally, I think what I might do instead is just take a hobby knife and a straight edge and just cut these off, because when you're having these stored upright, this is where you want to avoid dust. We don't have any openings at the top, so we're not worried about that. And with these flaps cut off, I can reach straight in to get out the record, and I'm good to go. Now, it won't work for necessarily every record. I happen to have a wonderful copy of the Return of Godzilla soundtrack here, and this is a pop-up. So, this isn't clearly going to work, but you can't contain Godzilla in a gatefold anyway. But for 99.5% of the gatefolds that you have, that sleeve is going to work just fine. While these aren't exactly cheap at 20 bucks for a pack of 10, I'd also say that they're not unreasonable. There's a lot of plastic here formed to a specific shape, and the cost of everything is through the roof right now, so this may be a solution for the albums that you listen to most as opposed to your entire collection. Of course, there's nothing stopping you from using these on all of your gatefold albums, and they are quite nice in appearance to boot. Speaking of gatefolds, a while back I pre-ordered the Halloween Kills soundtrack, in basic black because that's what I prefer, from the Sacred Bones website. Without going into how much better the soundtrack was than the movie, I'll just say that my order arrived on time and packed well, as you would imagine. But upon opening, cleaning, and playing the album, I noticed that there was a pretty significant warp. I've been experiencing this far more than I should lately, so I reached out immediately to see what, if anything, the people at Sacred Bones could do for me. I'm happy to say that they responded quickly, kindly, and upon seeing my video of the warp, sent out a replacement album the very next day. The new album, which was packed safely in only its sleeve as to avoid wasting another gatefold jacket, arrived in no time and, as you can see, spins as flat as a record should with no issue. In a day and age where more and more people are buying records online, it's good to know that there are quality folks out there like the ones at Sacred Bones who truly care about their craft and their customers. If you're dealing with issues like these, reach out to the people who sold you your record and ask what can be done. If they're worth their salt, they'll be more than happy to help you. If they don't, you know to move on to another vendor. Changing gears to vinyl accessories, I received an email recently from Robert Kahn of the Reliable Corporation concerning his popular Uberlight. In the comment section of the review that I did for the light, the most popular request, perhaps the only request, was to make this lamp in black. You'll be happy to know that not only are both iterations of the lamp now available in black, but if you're in the US, you can head to Music Direct to purchase them as well. They're in stock and ready to go, and because they're both over $49, you'll get free shipping too. I'm really excited to see this growth for Robert and the lamp, and now you don't have any more excuses to not pick one up. Last up, I need a break. While it's been a great year for me and this channel, it's also been a very trying one on occasion with the additional workload and personal occurrences at home. The flood in my basement brought up some pretty expensive costs I certainly didn't need, and the stress of staying busy with work and this show thereafter has just caught up with me. Add in Christmas, New Year's, and my birthday, which all happened in the span of 2 weeks of each other, and I figure this is as good a time as I'll find to take some time off. I do have one more episode to go live this Sunday, but after that, I'm going to need some space. It's not you, it's me. The plan right now is to take a couple of weeks off to recharge and outline some new things for the new year and get excited about the show again.
2 weeks.
Possibly, but I'm guessing it will probably be closer to 3.
2 weeks.
We'll see, but don't get your hopes up.
2 weeks. 2 weeks.
Listen, I'll be back before you know it with some new ideas, new videos, and a couple of other things that I have in the works.
When will then be now? Soon.
I'm not sure how other YouTube channels grow or what the standard is in a niche hobby like ours, but I want to say thank you so very much for the overwhelming support you've shown me since I started this project back in February of this year. I am truly grateful for each and every one of you, and it has been a fantastic first year for me. Have a great Christmas or whatever it is that you might celebrate, a safe New Year, and I look forward to next year.